President, GM Foundation, General Motors Company. Mr. Eric Peterson, Vice President of Diversity, General Motors Company, Director, Industry Dealer Affairs. Mr. Robert Picano, Wayne County Executive, Wayne County, Michigan. Mrs. Brian Davis, Commander Brian Davis, Detroit Police Department, 2011 Mary White Ovington Freedom and Justice Awardee. Ms. Sharon Heath, Director of Customer Service, Blue Care Network. My old childhood friend, Sheriff Benny Napoleon, Wayne County, Michigan, 2011 Fight for Freedom Fund Dinner co-chair. Not to say you were old, Benny. My friend, Ms. Star Jones, attorney, author, television personality. Did you win Celebrity Apprentice, Star? Tonight, 9 o'clock. Okay, we'll be out in time. That Nene girl, I don't know what's going on with that, man. My girl, Allison Vaughn, President and Founder, Jackets for Jobs, 2011 Fight for Freedom Fund Dinner co-chair. Dr. John Mendez, pastor of Emmanuel Baptist Church, North Carolina. Welcome. Mr. Bob King, President, UAW International. Mr. Daniel Lepp, President and CEO, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, 2011 Fight for Freedom Fund Dinner Corporate Chair. The Honorable Paul L. Brady, Judge, welcome. The divine, the fabulous Miss Zernona Clayton, Founder, President, and CEO, Trumpet Awards Foundation, 2011 Detroit Branch NAACP, James Weldon Johnson Lifetime Achievement Awardee. The wonderful First Lady, Monica G. Anthony, Executive Director, Freedom Institute, who promises the baby's not going to come before the end of dinner. The Honorable Dave Bing, Mayor of our great city of Detroit. Mrs. Yvette Bing, First Lady, City of Detroit. Mr. Jimmy Settles, Vice President, International UAW, 2011 Fight for Freedom Fund Dinner General Chair. Mrs. Karen Settles. Mr. Donnell White, Interim Executive Director, Detroit Branch NAACP. They're electing some fine brothers up here in the NAACP, ain't they? Miss Catherine Jolly. The beautiful Mrs. Ida Patton, mother of Reverend Dr. Wendell Anthony. The Honorable Bert Johnson, Representative, District 2, Michigan, and 2011 Great Expectation Awardee. Mr. Raphael Johnson, Detroit 300, 2011 Detroit Branch NAACP Ida B. Wells Freedom and Justice Awardee. General Holyfield, Vice President, UAW. Mrs. General Holyfield. Mr. Hester L. Wheeler, Wayne County Executive, Vice President, Immediate Past Executive Director, Detroit Branch, NAACP. Mrs. Jennifer Wheeler, Forensic Interviewer, Oakland County Care House. The forever young, Honorable John Conyers, Jr., U.S. House of Representatives, State of Michigan. The Honorable Debbie Stabenow, U.S. Senator, State of Michigan. Mr. Marvin Beatty, Managing Partner, Greektown Casino, Chair, Fight for Freedom Fund Dinner, Dias Committee. Mrs. Maxine Beatty, Vice President, New Millennium Advisors. The Honorable Carl Levin, U.S. Senator, State of Michigan. The Honorable Hanson Clark, U.S. Congress, 13th District, Michigan. Mr. Jerry Norcia, President and COO, Mishcon. Ms. Joyce Hayes Giles, Senior Vice President, Customer Service, DTE Energy. Ms. Pamela Alexander, Director of Community Development and Fund Operations for Ford Motor Company Fund. Mr. Percy Wells, Region Vice President, Public Affairs and Communications, Great Lakes Region, Coca-Cola Refreshments, Inc. Mr. Michael Turner, Chief of Staff, Wayne County Sheriff. And now I am very proud to introduce my pastor, the Reverend Dr. Wendell Anthony, Fellowship Chapel Church, President of the Detroit NAACP. Kid Rock, musician and 5-time Grammy nominee, 2011 Great Expectation awardee, and his son, Kid Rock, or Bob Ritchie Jr. And our keynote speaker, the dynamic, awesome, Honorable John Lewis, Congressman, 5th District, State of Georgia, Senior Chief Deputy Whip of the Democratic House Party. We welcome you. At the yellow dais is General Co-Chair Ms. Allison Vaughn, founder and CEO, Jackets for Jobs, Inc. At the green dais is Sheriff Benny Napoleon, Sheriff Wayne County. At the blue dais is Corporate Chair Mr. Daniel Lepp, President and CEO, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. And at the red dais is Mr. Donnell White, Interim Executive Director, Detroit Branch, NAACP. Please welcome them as they bring you greetings.
Good afternoon. My name is Jeff Kaplan, Senior Managing Director at NASDAQ. I'm pleased to welcome Jackets for Jobs, Inc. and its founder and CEO, Allison Vaughn, as well as other distinguished guests to NASDAQ. Allison, on behalf of the NASDAQ stock market, I'd like to present you with the NASDAQ Crystal commemorating today's closing ceremony. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Brings us to Detroit, Michigan, where a charity here called Jackets for Jobs is a place where a change of clothing means a change of life.
Jackets for Jobs is a nonprofit organization that provides employment etiquette skills, career skill training, and professional clothes to low-income individuals. This high-profile organization has been supported and applauded by ABC's The View, NBC's Today Show, and Oprah's O Magazine. A highlight of the organization was the distinct honor of ringing the closing bell on NASDAQ. Jackets for Jobs works. We help to break the cycle of poverty. 75% of Jackets for Jobs participants are single mothers. We have extended our services to assist men. Our organization is unique and one of a kind in the state of Michigan. In a world where first impressions open doors, Jackets for Jobs offers a gateway to opportunity for thousands of individuals annually.
Jackets for Jobs has helped us. Today was our first day of training. We now are very confident in going on our interviews because we know what the employers are expecting from us. Not only do I know what I am supposed to do in the interview, but I know what they're looking from me in their interview. So now I know that I'm confident and I could go in there and land the job that I want.
Jackets for Jobs' partnership with Detroit Workforce Development and TJ Maxx has allowed us to do many wonderful programs to help Detroit residents.
We saw that.
Absolutely incredible. I see her on Oprah, I see her on The View, I see her ringing the NASDAQ bell, and I see just so many people who have benefited from Jackets for Jobs, and I'm just so proud of you, Allison.
I'm honored to be here today, and congratulations to you, Allison, for all the wonderful work that you're doing in the city of Detroit. Jackets for Jobs is a light in the city of Detroit.
Thank you. Good evening, freedom fighters. To our distinguished guests, members, friends of the Detroit chapter NAACP. It is my pleasure to welcome all of you to the 56th annual Detroit NAACP Freedom Fund Dinner. I am honored to be the co-chair of this year's event, and it has been a real pleasure to work shoulder to shoulder with our corporate chair, Daniel Lepp, President and CEO of Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, the General Chair, Jimmy Settles, and my co-chair, the Honorable Wayne County Sheriff, Benny Napoleon. I want to salute tonight's keynote speaker, U.S. Congressman John Lewis, a man whose leadership and concern for humanity has been instrumental in bettering society in which we live. Prepare yourself to be challenged, excited, and inspired this evening by his message. I also want to congratulate our award recipients. Your commitment to Detroit community and this organization serves as an inspiration to us all. I tell you, I have rung the closing bell on NASDAQ in New York. I have walked the red carpet in Los Angeles for the NAACP. I have been a guest on Oprah in Chicago. But as a Detroit native, nothing compares to the experience and the thrill of joining my friends and family at the largest sit-down dinner in the country here in Detroit. Our theme tonight reminds us that we've changed the guard, now let's guard the change. I work in an industry that proves how wonderful change really is. I get to watch men and women try on brand new attire for job interviews, and almost on the spot, they experience change. A transformation in their self-confidence, self-esteem, and determination. But on a much larger scale, I'm convinced the historic change the NAACP and its supporters have brought to America is worth celebrating and worth defending. Tonight, I look forward to learning more about that change, and I'm sure you do too. I thank God for giving me this platform to say how good He is. Enjoy this remarkable evening, and I look forward to seeing all of you next year at our centennial celebration. God bless and enjoy.
Hi, I'm Benny Napoleon, Wayne County Sheriff. I'm honored to serve as the co-chair of the NAACP's 56th annual Fight for Freedom Fund Dinner. As a life member, I have consistently supported the organization in its efforts to ensure equal rights and opportunities for all our citizens. The Wayne County Sheriff's Office is equally committed in its mission to improve quality of life in our communities. Public safety is my top priority. Every day we staff and secure the county's 3 jails, county courts, and patrol the county's parks. We also seek to increase safety and decrease crime through our various units such as narcotics, morality, deed fraud, and road patrol. We continue to secure county borders in over 140 miles of county waterways. At the Wayne County Sheriff's Office, we want to protect all our stakeholders, especially our youth and seniors. I'm working to achieve these goals using taxpayer resources wisely and effectively. Budget deficits are a continuous challenge, but we're cutting costs where we can without compromising public safety. In just a few years, my vision for a new jail will become a reality. It will make the incarceration process more effective for our 43 cities, eliminate duplicate costs, and increase safety to the public and staff. But more importantly, the jail is projected to save at least $20 million taxpayer dollars annually. While there will always be crime and a need for jail facilities, we also cannot incarcerate our way out of the problems plaguing our communities. We need programs that give our youth and young adults direction, help, and hope. The NAACP does that year after year through advocacy, education, and action. We at the Wayne County Sheriff's Office continue to work with the NAACP because achieving their goals improves the quality of life for all of us. Again, I appreciate the opportunity to serve as co-chair of the Fight for Freedom Fund Dinner, and thank you all for your support of the NAACP. We've changed the guard, now let's guard the change.
Good evening, Detroit. I am Benny Napoleon, your sheriff and co-chair. I want to welcome you to the 56th annual Fight for Freedom Fund Dinner. This promises to be a night of enjoyment and certainly enlightenment. Much has happened since the NAACP last brought us together. We've endured volatile economic fluctuations, an upsurge in the automobile industry, sweeping political changes and financial crises in areas we never considered would become targets. Change is upon us in a major way. Hence, the critical focus of our theme, We've Changed the Guard,